Yo guys, what's going on? This is Yorkie Man here, and welcome back to another episode of this Football Manager 2021 save here with Sevilla. Now, we've had a very, very rough start to the season with the teams we had to play in the opening month, and the Champions League group stage has been drawn. It doesn't get any easier. As you can see, guys, we got absolutely screwed here in the Champions League. This is going to be horrendously difficult to get out. And now, yes, you start off, you kick off. We were a number one seed, and we did get Man City, which is fine. It happens, right? Man City are a very good side. We knew we were going to get at least one good team. I didn't expect them to get RB Leipzig. That is the downfall. We could take on Bruges. I think we're better than them. We should be able to beat them. But Leipzig, I don't think we stand that much of a chance. They're very, very good this year on Football Manager, and they're going to be very, very good against us. I can imagine it. So hopefully we'll be able to come up with some genius masterstroke to help us get through this group. But if we do fall into the Europa League, we're probably favourites to win it. The tactic we've been using so far is this. I am absolutely changing everything I usually do. This is completely different to what I would usually do. Completely different style. We're trying to play fairly possession-based football, which I've not really tried on Football Manager forever. I mean, possession-based football used to be so good back in the day, but it's not been in recent years. It's been more about the press. So we're not actually doing that. We're going to try and play this possession style of football. I don't know how it's going to work. We've had a relatively okay start to the season. It's hard to judge it, right? When you make a tactic, you're coming up with it, and your opening games of the season are what we've had. The games that you've missed is Villarreal, Bayern Munich, and Real Madrid. And then now we take on Bilbao in today's episode. So it's really hard for me to judge, actually. Is this a good idea? Is this a bad idea? Will this work? Won't it work? Find out in the next couple of episodes in this entire series. Now, if you are new around here, please hit subscribe so then you don't miss any of this unbelievable content, as well as hitting the like button. It just helps the videos do better. And yeah, that's it. Let's look at the results. So results wise, it's kind of been a bit of a mixed bag. We haven't been free-flowing and goal-scoring, but I'm yet to kind of work out what our best squad is. Now, since the draw against Valencia, we took on Villarreal, another tough team to play against. We beat them 1-0. Luke de Jong. It was a scrappy goal, but we'll take it. So, decent victory there, but then I knew it was going to be difficult because we weren't at home for a while. We're still not at home as we go away again today. Now, we had to take up Bayern Munich and Real Madrid. And in hindsight, when you look at our squad compared to their squad, not trying to find excuses, there is a reason why we lost both games. Now, the Bayern Munich game was very close. In fact, it was an absolute snooze fest. We didn't have a single shot on target, and they didn't really produce much more. It was just a wonder strike from Douglas Costa that actually gave Bayern Munich the result here. I was fully ready for extra time and then to change up the formation as we hit extra time, but we never made it, unfortunately. Douglas Costa scored. We tried to change it up a little bit, but at the end of the day, in my mind, I was like, I don't really care that much about the Super Cup. I don't. And then if we come away with a 1-0 defeat to Bayern Munich, it's not going to demoralise the boys to only lose 1-0 to a side that are as good as Bayern Munich. So we kind of bit the bullet there in that one. Coming off of a loss, playing against Real Madrid away, I knew it was going to be hard. Again, we weren't very productive in this match. It's difficult to judge at the moment. It could be the tactic. We are tweaking as we go along. 2 shots, 1 on target. We was absolutely woeful. Although the 1 shot on target should have gone in. Suso should have scored that. Again, we couldn't really get into the game, and defensively, we just couldn't track Karim Benzema. In the second half, we actually went free at the back to try and counteract Benzema. It did work, but we couldn't produce anything going forward with the free at the back, and it led to us losing 2-0 against Real Madrid away. It's not the worst result. These are the kind of teams, especially in Season 1, it's a 50-50 whether we could get anything out of it. More likely to lose. That brings us to the game today against Bilbao. Now, they're having a pretty good season so far, and if we look at the team setup, they're going to be really difficult. One, I tend to struggle against 4-4-2s. I don't know why. Especially, they score a lot of goals. Now, we've got Inaki Williams to contend with today. He's an absolute speed merchant. He's a demon when it comes to pace. And the problem is, on Football Manager, pace is very, very good this year, especially if you've got good pacey wingers. He's going to be playing up top, but we know the ball over the top is strong as well. we're going to struggle with Mr. Inaki Williams today. We need to formulate a plan to stop him. But on the plus side, this is the end of the run of extremely difficult games. Now, that's nothing against the teams we're going to be playing in the league in the future. But after this, we play against Granada, Deportivo Alaves, Osasuna, Getafe, who had a great season last year, I believe, Eibar and Cadiz. So we're playing a few more teams that I expect to get results from, and that's where we'll try and push ourselves into fourth in the league. But it would be nice against Bilbao if we could get something out of this one. So in the build-up to the game, Ocampos managed to get himself injured, which is a little bit frustrating. He's one of our better wingers. So we've searched now for a right-footed winger, and I believe Munir's left, who could play there. Now, could Suso swap there? He's left-footed, but is he decent with them both? He's reasonable on his right. This is the problem we're having here. Now, do we play William Goebbels? Probably not. This is not the game, Yorkie, to start playing players like that. Now, we could play Nasiri. He's either-footed. He's not a bad player. He's got good finishing. So, in the inside forward role, he's pretty decent. He's not slow either. So, Nasiri will come in. Ocampos will be dropped and Goebbels there. But this will be the side. I'm trying to relatively play the same team as often as possible to get them used to the game style. Now, Jordan is a 50-50, whether I play Mazzala or roaming playmaker. Now, I would love to play a roaming playmaker in this possession tactic. I'm just not sure we've got anyone that's capable of playing that role yet. I looked at Rakitic, but he's too slow. Now, the boys still are lacking familiarity. They don't know what they're doing. They don't know what I'm asking them to do, which tends to be the way that this goes in the early stages. But once the boys settle in, get used to this formation, we will mark him tightly. Get used to this formation, get used to how we play. Things should just improve. But we do need to keep on picking up results. I expect to see a much better performance from you today. We will do that because we was absolutely woeful against Real Madrid. If I'm being honest, I expected some fight. Real Madrid was very good. Benzema's movement was disgusting. The 2 times he got in behind, it was really difficult. Now, we have been playing in 2D to look at the tactic. I will keep it in 2D for this one. We probably will swap to 3D. I feel like people prefer the 3D style, but for me, when we're trying to learn the tactic, we're trying to play a specific way. It's easier for me to do it in 2D because that's what I've done most of my life, is play this game in 2D, as Navas will do the long throw. We're probably going to change long throws now. We're trying to keep possession because, as you've seen, 9 times out of 10 we give it away there. And we don't actually really have much height in the team. That's something we're lacking. We don't really have much strength in the side either. These are things we'll need to fix over time because of the way I like to play. Although if we are going to stick to a possession-based style, maybe we won't need that. As Kunde does bring down Inaki Williams, will he pick up a card? He does, which I'm kind of okay with because I don't want Inaki just being allowed to run at us. I mean, still only the 1 shot in the game, but as you can see, we're dominating possession. So I'm having to go through the games and look at the analytics and look at some of the stuff that's happening in the matches and see how we can become just a little bit better going forward. Because we are lacking going forward at the moment. It is somewhere that we're struggling, as you can see. We haven't scored many goals, but we are sticking to the style that I want, and that is we are keeping possession. I don't know if it's because the players aren't completely in tune yet with what we're trying to do, but it does seem to keep the opposition quiet as well. As you can see here, though, it is 0-0 at half-time, but we're going to keep working on this. I think I can get it to work. I mean, another big question for us as well moving forward is Gomez up top. He's probably the best suited to play false 9. De Jong better as a deep line forward. So he's playing that role at the moment, but it's whether we keep playing him in that role. Now, I think maybe we could do with more players getting forward, but again, I don't want to leave us wide open. The passing has been good from us so far as Nasiri goes close. Passing has been good from us so far in terms of games. Look at the pass completion, 93%. The idea is there. The base of the idea is there as well. We just need to get it to work. We will be going far post now with corners. Feel like near post you need a really tall centre back. Far post not as much. He's more likely not to be marked. Have we been given a penalty here? If it's hit his hand, it's obviously hit his hand, as you could see in the 2D demonstration, and a penalty would be fantastic. I mean, we got a goal in the last live con with a penalty, but I'm all for them. Come on, Rakitic. There we go. 1-0 Sevilla, and the way we're controlling the game has been decent so far. It'll be interesting now to see how Bilbao try and counteract our style. mean, Bilbao so far not really had much to offer. Just go with a long throw. I really need to change that. That's my mistake. If we concede here, I will have to take full blame. And Aki Williams now running it as they've swapped him to the wing, where he instantly makes a problem for us. Yeah, we need to swap that to a shorter throw so that we keep possession, because that's the whole point. Try and keep as much possession as possible without giving the ball away too often. We're going to encourage the boys here. I think we're going to make a sub. We've held them. They've been very, very quiet in this match. Very, very quiet. Let's make some subs before I completely forget. It's difficult, this commentating while playing like. Try it yourselves. Gomez is going to come off. He's not played fantastically, and we're going to play Munir there. I've not played him there yet. We'll see how he gets on. Vidal or Goebbels? Let's bring on Goebbels. He is left-footed, right? No, he's right-footed. Is he good with both? He's weak with his left, so this is a mistake that we don't want to be making, so I will actually undo that. And Naziri's going to stay on because he's playing on. Well, actually, no, we'll bring Naziri off and bring Goebbels on. I just want to get Goebbels some game time as much as possible. Peglo won't get it this year because he's not registered. We're trying to loan him out. So I want the youngsters to get game time. At his age, he needs to be playing some football for him to improve as the clock is ticking down here. We've got another substitution to make. I thought Munir was in there, but I mean, he's like 5'4", so that's never going to be a good position. We've got tired legs here in Oscar. So what's the decision here? Oscar for Fernando, I reckon. I nearly said Fernandinho there. It's just out of habit from the Man City series, which if you haven't watched, go and watch it. It's on the channel. It's a great series. I had a really good time with Manchester City. It's very rare that I play as bigger teams. It seems to make sense for YouTube to play as bigger sides, i.e. us being Sevilla here, although there's a lot of work for us to do to build our team. We're going to set some DNA targets as well for the particular style of player we want by the looks of it as they go clear in and score. Is he offside? He is offside. Happy days. We don't want to be conceding there at this stage of the game. But we are going to set some DNA for what we want from players. And the biggest thing is going to be the passing attribute. We want good passing attributes for everybody in the team, if at all possible. We are going to time waste the life out of the back end of this game now as they're coming forward again. They've got some really good players. They've got more... They've got players that would suit my usual style of football manager, definitely than Sevilla. But I am enjoying the idea of this possession style. William Goebbels will hold it, and there we go, boys. We get a victory on our second live com of the series. I'm happy with that. I mean, it was a boring game, as you saw, and if we have to lull people to sleep every single match this season, but win them, I'm okay with that. The key for me here is when we go and look through the game afterwards is the pass completion was very, very good at 92%, and the possession was very, very good, which is exactly what we're looking for with this side. It's just trying to make better openings now to score goals is what we need to try and find. We'll keep them all happy. We'll tell them well done. Again, it's finding where Gomez is best because I feel like Gomez is one of our best players. And at false nine, I've enjoyed using him there. He's short, so he's not really good. He's not really good at any other role up top. Him dropping deep to collect the ball and move it on. I've even questioned going to a cam just simply to fit him. But I do like having that compact triangle in the middle of the pitch at the moment, though. That's the problem, and that's why we've stuck with what we've got. That win will see us move up to 5th, so roundabout's where we are. And that run of really difficult games has gone now, so now we can move forward and we can look at some of the other teams. Obviously, we've not played Barcelona yet. That will be to come, and same with Atletico Madrid, but we have played a tough run here, and now we can start to develop this tactic, move forward, and hopefully be happily sat in 3rd or 4th. Goebbels getting his debut there for us, which is nice to see. The 19-year-old Frenchman. The issue we have with him at the moment is what do we do to keep improving him, and where do we go with him? Because I'm not sure he works in just that up-top capacity. I don't really like the pace. But then again, as an inside forward, I'm not overly keen on that either. So it's figuring out a role now. The pressing forward could potentially work for us, although it's not how I want to play. If he was playing false nine, he doesn't really have the attributes to be a false nine whatsoever, especially when you look at his passing. So, I mean, in terms of a signing from me, probably not the smartest, but I am a fan of him. We didn't pay that much. I genuinely do think we could get inside forward to work if we can improve that finishing. He's not the slowest. He's not the slowest. He doesn't fit our DNA of passing, which we will try and improve. But he's not a bad physical player in terms of his acceleration and dribbling. He's not a high quality player, let's say that. Well, I spend the next 5 minutes just picking apart the signings that I made. Next time out, guys, we might take on Manchester City, potentially. Although I'm not too eager to bring you games against teams that I expect us to lose against. Not because I don't want to lose on camera. I just don't think they're as fun if it's a closer match where it's a 50-50. So maybe even the Leipzig game, I might want to try and go a little bit further forward than that. We'll see. There's opportunities for us there because Club Bruges would be a good one to bring as well. There might be a lot on the line when it comes to the Bruges games, so maybe even just Osasuna before the Manchester City game, but we can work that out. Maybe even Getafe, so we come back after Man City. But anyway, boys, I appreciate the support as per usual. If you're new around here, you know what to do. If you're old around here, you know what to do. Ding. Thank you very much for watching. I appreciate the support. Take it easy, stay safe, be kind to each other, and I'll see you in the next one.